Welcome back to the channel. My name is A-Bomb. We're back with Football Manager 2019 and Easter Resurgence with Berliner FC Dynamo. We're taking on Schalke today in an away game, and if we beat them, we overtake them and could potentially move back into the European places. We've had a bit of a sloppy run of form recently, but we have had some tough games, and with 5 games left in the season, we need a big result here against Schalke. Away from home, it's going to be tough, but hopefully we can get an upset in this one and beat a team above us, because we have struggled to do that for a long time. We can't beat the big teams. Case in point, last episode we lost 2-0 against Borussia Dortmund, barely created a thing, and that's the story with these big teams. We can't beat them. I played a bunch of matches off screen, 6 league games, and also 1 game which we played on a warm weather training camp, which was in Spain. We beat Granada for 4-1 or 4-0, I can't remember, it might have been 4-1. But 6 league games to go through. Start off with a 2-2 home draw against Nuremberg. They scored 5 against us in the reverse fixture. We knocked them out of the cup. This ended in a draw, so we're still pretty much at a stalemate this season with Nuremberg. Bruno getting sent off last episode meant that we had to change our left midfielder. Schabinka stayed on the bench, and it was a debut for Bartosz Fornalak, who got an assist. But it was Christopher Janssen getting both goals, and he opened the scoring early on in just the 9th minute of the game. After a spell of dominance, Nuremberg did score a couple late on, and it was Carsten Alraun on the 74th minute equalising for the away team. And just a few minutes later, Emmanuel Ibe scored to give them the lead. But Janssen, who scored early in the game, did score very late on, and in the 95th minute he scored to equalise for us and make it 2-2. So it's a draw. It's not the end of the world. I would have liked to win, but thankfully there was a few teams around us that dropped points as well. Wolfsburg around us, and they also dropped points, so this wasn't the end of the world. Then we lost 2-0 to Mönchengladbach again, a game against a team above us. I think they were 3rd. We had very few shots, and Gladbach scored twice and just dominated the game from start to finish. It was David Early on the 21st minute getting the first goal for the home team. And Lutz Harold Teuns, we had a guy called Teuns, I think I always got his name wrong, but Teuns scored on 82 minutes to score a second for them. We didn't do much at all going forwards, and at the back we were okay, but Gladbach were just too good for us. They had a lot of shots on target, so Sakura made a number of saves, but yeah, no clean sheet. Then we did pick up a win. It was away from home against Mainz, a team that we've drawn against more than any other side, like 5 or 6 draws against Mainz. We beat them 2-1 here. A pretty close game. We may have just had the edge, but it was a tight game. I think a draw would have been okay. Like, they'd have been happy with a draw. I might have been happy with a draw, but we have won. We won a penalty in the first half, and Martin Tynak converted that penalty on the 38th minute to give us a 1-0 lead. Mainz equalised on 73 minutes, Alan Kalberg, the midfielder, getting the goal for the home team. But Tynak pounced again 10 minutes from time and scored the winning goal at 80th minute of the game, and it was a 2-1 win for us. Bit of a disaster at left midfielder. Bruno injured, and maybe his season over. He's only got about a month, I think, before he's back, so he might not feature again this season. It's going to be very close. After that, it was a home defeat, 3-0 against the league leaders RB Leipzig, who have lost just 1 game all season. They're running away with it this year, and again, we were absolutely hopeless. I mean, we were against the leaders, but still, we offered absolutely nothing, and we didn't even defend that well either. 3 goals for Leipzig, and we were hopeless. Fita Arb scored a brace, one of the best players in the division, scored the first goal on 36 minutes and then scored the second just 3 minutes from time, so it was a late fight back again from Leipzig to get more goals. We did have just 1-0 for a while, which I would have been happy with, but 3-0, no. And then after Arb's second goal, Jorge Rodriguez Misa scored in injury time from the bench to got a 3rd goal for Leipzig, 3-0. It didn't feel like a 3-0 game, but again, we created very little, probably not even a single chance. Then it was time for a bit of an international break, so we went on a warm weather training camp, beat Granada 4-1, and hopefully that was a bit of a confidence boost for us, because we've had some bad results, like we faced some hard teams, but we didn't get the results we wanted. And yeah, this was maybe needed this time. We came back and we got a goalless draw at home against Wolfsburg, one of the teams that are also vying for those European places, Wolfsburg, and they are just a position ahead of us in 7th, I think. Very few shots in here. We had 3 shots at goal all game. Just very, very poor going forward. We defended well though. We got a draw and a clean sheet. We haven't had a lot of those recently, so I'm pretty happy with this point. But against Wolfsburg, like I said, their fellow rivals for those European places, a win would have been huge. But then we did end the run off camera with a big win, beating Cologne 4-0. I love playing against Cologne because they're crap. Timo Horn, about 36. is just not having fun against us at all. I think we beat him 4-0 in the reverse fixture, which I think was on camera. We beat him 4-0 away from home as well. Shaban Kerr scored his first goal in a while. He kind of lost his place to Bruno, but with him injured, Kerr looks like he might be back to playing well again. He got the goal on 48 minutes, just 3 minutes into the second half to put us in front. Yeah, there were no goals in the first half. I was a bit worried about that. But at the second half, we just came through and were fantastic. Kevin Akashot scored on 66 minutes. Again, his first goal in a little while. Strebel's been a bit poor recently, actually. He had a really good run where he scored 4 goals in pretty quick succession. But he's had a bit of a run out. The team Akashot scored. Just 3 minutes later, Gunter Burkhardt scored on 69 minutes. Of course he does. And then in injury time, Martin Tarnack scored a 94th minute of the game. And it was 4-0 away from home. Cologne? I love playing against him and they don't like me. So it was a bit of a slow start to proceedings off camera, but it did improve. We've got a couple of good results late on there. So with 5 games left, it's Schalke away, which is going to be a big game. Then we host Bayern, who we've lost every single game against. What a time it would be to actually get a result against Bayern. And then the last 3 are a bit more manageable. Paderborn are bottom of the table, Stuttgart are 12th, and Hanover are 10th. So hopefully we can get some results in those last 3 games. Here is how the table looks. We're in 8th place. We're level on points with Wolfsburg at the moment. That's what I mean. That win against them would have been huge. A draw is not bad, but a win would have taken us level with Schalke, who we faced today. That would have been massive. And we'd actually have a pretty good foothold on 6th place with 49 points. We'd actually be ahead of Leverkusen as well, maybe, if we win. Think about actually, if we win this game and Wolfsburg also fail to win, we were going to 5th because Bayer Leverkusen have already played. They played on a Friday night and we could overtake them as well. This could be a huge win. We need to make sure we win it. But into the game against Schalke, it's been a pretty level playing field between us. We've won 2 out of 9, I think. There's been a few draws and I think Schalke have won 3 or 4. So Bruno is out for about another 3 weeks with his calf injury, so he might be back for the last couple of games. I don't really know, but he might find himself on the bench if Shaban Kerr continues to play well. Fornalak, the other left midfielder, is also out with a knee injury for up to 7 weeks, so his season's almost done. We did play Macchiari in a previous game, who turned out to be okay. Yusuf Sal is probably not fit to play. He might be able to with 84%. I think we'll bring him onto the bench. But this is the first 11 we're going to go with. Forms, hit and miss. The central attacking midfielder, Haag or Souza, if put them in there, they haven't really performed great all season. They make lots of runs and stuff, but they just don't create enough. There's just not enough assists in there. They're not providing for the forward enough. So this 4-2-3-1 might need a bit of a tweak in the next season. I think it might be time to go maybe back to 2 up top, or go for a bit of a change in system, because this hasn't been working as well as I'd like. It's a narrow diamond for the home team though. We could go very wide and try and get something here. And we're going to throw in a good position here on 13 minutes. And it's Fabian Haag to Kevin Akashot. Can he put a cross in there? No, he finds Souza though. And Burkhardt's got space on the edge of the box to shoot. Shaban Kerr's had a go. It falls to him and he scores. 13 minutes in. We're 1-0 up. And this could be the big win we need. This will be one of the biggest results in the club's history. Not just this season. This could be one of the biggest results in the club's history. We win this, we potentially go to 5th. Gunter Burkhardt on the edge of the area. It took a bit of a deflection, fell to Shaban Kerr, and he scores. Okay, more of that, please. Come on, we've got lowered to possession early on here. And if we can keep Schalke quiet at our end, this could be good. Free kick. 10 minutes after that goal, Akashot's at the far post, and it's in by Tarnack. Is he offside? I'm waiting to see if this goes back, but it doesn't look like it's going to. We are 2-0 up in 23 minutes. Martin Tarnack is the 14th of the season for Tarnack. He has had a breakthrough season. It's taken a while to get going, but Tarnack has been the man up front this season. Free kick, headed into the path of Tarnack by the defender Gonzalez, seemingly. And Tarnack, from about 3 yards out, can't miss. Great start to this game. Let's just keep going. Bosquillia free kick for Schalke here, though, and it's in. Bosquillia with a direct free kick. Schalke immediately back in the game. Is this going to be a goal fest? How many goals are we going to get here? It's been 3 and it's 26 minutes into the game. Bosquillia free kick. Probably could have done with a bigger wall there. That's my fault. I do the corner tactics or the set piece tactics. But this free kick is smashed in. And now they've got a corner kick. Bosquillia, I don't know what he was doing there. And it's saved. And it's saved again by Stakura. And a clearance by Van Molen. We dealt with that all right. Let's get at half time now. Schalke, they've had more shots than us, even though we've had the possession. They've counter-attacked very well, seemingly. And they've got a late corner here as well. Minute played in injury time, and a shot by Sam Severino has gone off target. They haven't provided enough for the forwards. So I am going to say don't get complacent. Just hold on to this. We've been good. We haven't had as many shots as our opponents, but we've made ours count, and they've got the 1 goal. I'm going to swap Haag and Sousa around. Make Haag probably the Metzala and just swap them around and make Burkhardt the DLP. And the second half is underway. Can we hold on to this? We've started very, very well. We let Schalke back in. Now we can't let them score again. Another free kick here for Bosquilla. And Stakura, we can only push it into the goal. And that's our 2-goal lead gone. And it's from 2 free kicks. So we can see, obviously, Schalke know what our weaknesses are. That's poor by Stakura. Schossler's been asking for a returning goal. If stuff like that happens, then we might need to consider it. And Haag is now on a 6.2. He has not had a good game. Yusu Sal's going to come on in his place. Make him a sort of central midfielder. Akashot as well has been pretty poor. We haven't been great at the back. I mean, it's unlucky that the 2 goals we conceded, they come from free kicks. They're not even from open play. Can we get something else here? Vimola throw in. Here we go. 67th minute of the game. We're about halfway through the second half. Burkhardt has the ball. And he's put it out to Kevin Akashot. Can he put a good ball in there? It's Sabancur. No, it's not. It's Burkhardt. He's already scored once today. Vimola. Come on. Header away. And Jung with a clearance further on. Riculi brings it out again. Yannick. Come on. Good cross. That is a good cross. Tarnat. Surely. Oh, he's put it wide. Oh, no, it's a block. It was a very good block by Kvitanovic. Right. Change on the right-hand side. Akashot is going to be replaced by Bernard Strebel. About 15 minutes left in the game. A draw's all right. But I'd love a win. A win would be massive. Vimola with another throw in. 82 minutes on the clock. It's given away. And it's back with Vimola now. Switch a play to Yannick, who's sort of in the middle here. And he's back out to Vimola. The wing backs linking up at the moment. That's an interesting ball. Yannick has it back again. Come on. Good cross. Come on, Yannick. Oh. Alihodzic with a big clearance. And it's Bosquilla, who's already got 2 goals this game. Samodzic is through, and a good save by Stakura. But we've got a corner to deal with now. Bosquilla has been a nuisance this game. 2 goals, and he's run the show for Schalke. Here he is on the corner. Stakura with the very calm collection. One more change we can make. I'm going to go 2 up top. Sousa's going to come off. Janssen is on. And we're into injury time. There's a couple of minutes left. And there's a late corner for Schalke in the 94th minute. And it's held on to by Stakura. I think we've managed to get a draw, which isn't too bad. There's games like these, like I said, that we need to be winning. But it's an away draw against Schalke. That's a good result. That is a very good result. But the way that we need to be getting into Europe. And we're not going to do it if we're not winning games. It's a good point. Because we had most of the possession in that game. But Schalke, 2 free kicks, 25 shots as well. I think they didn't win the possession battle, but I don't know. I think they just got forward way too much. So we have overtaken Wolfsburg with that, but a win would have seen us ahead of Bayer and Schalke. So we do not find ourselves in the top 6. We've risen 1 place to 7th. An away draw against Schalke is very, very good, but I've got to be disappointed because we were 2-0 up very early on in that game. And we've gone down to 2 free kicks, one of them in the very first minute of the second half. So disappointed in that respect, but still a big point away from home. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. Next time will be the final 2 games of the season. A double live com as we take on Stuttgart at home and then Hanover away. We should probably get 3 points off camera, maybe more if we're lucky. We're going to beat Paderborn, who are bottom and have won just 4 times all season, have 14 points. They're already, in at very least, in a relegation playoff and maybe down soon as well. Bayern, if we get something, I'll be amazed. We've lost every single match against them this save. So to get even a draw at home would be good. A win would be spectacular. We're only 7 points behind them, although they do have a game in hand. Anyway, that is going to do it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, do drop a like down below, leave comments, and if you want to see videos as and when it's up on YouTube, do hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to receive updates if I upload or go live. Follow me on social media so you don't miss any of my content. I will see you next episode. For the final 2 games of Season 10, Stuttgart at home, Hanover away. Against Bayern and Paderborn, we'll get as many points as we can. And hopefully by the next time I see you, we will still be in a good place to contend for a top 6 spot and a space in Europe. If we can't, we've got one more chance at it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.